Welcome to Woman After 30 YouTube channel, and thank you for subscribing. The main karmic direction in the natal chart is read from the position of the north and south moon nodes. Still, the position of the sun itself indicates some basic determinants because its light illuminates the human path. It is no coincidence that it is exactly where it is in a specific sign, field, degree, or at least decades. There are 36 decades in the Zodiac Circle of 360 degrees. So let's look at the sun's influence over the decades and related to the karmic path. Born from 21st to 30th March. Relationships with other people, and especially with the opposite sex, have been a significant theme in your past life. You have often lived for others by forgetting yourself. This tendency brought your position even to the level of dependence because you also left essential decisions to the other side. The environment you lived in was sleek and tidy, and it nurtured gentlemanly qualities. Because of all this, now, in this life, you need to learn the lessons of independence and determination, even when it would be easiest to rely on others. What you can do or run yourself, do it yourself. It is also important that you nurture self-discipline. March 31st to April 10th. You are a person who knows people, and who respects others. In a past life, you were probably involved in diplomacy, or you were in a position to reconcile the quarreling parties. That is why you understand different opinions and cultivate tolerance. Unfortunately, there has been a lot of flattery around you, so you are occasionally inclined to give in to swindlers, because it is a temptation you have been carrying since before. But on the contrary, you should now resist such challenges and overcome them with an independent way of thinking, firmer attitudes, and an unwavering will to push things to the end. Develop something of your own, and anything that contributes to your personality. Deal more with yourself and less with others. April 11th to April 20th. In a past life you have completed or successfully completed a beautiful love story, and it has marked you in a way. You have probably lived a complete and happy life as a couple, and achieved all his benefits with your loved one. That is why you are still a person who is generous and respects others. You were a good partner and a respectable citizen. You need to dedicate a little more to yourself and fight for your ideas, desires and principles. It is time to take matters into your own hands in this life, and move a little more towards independence. An active and sporty lifestyle will shake off the monotony you sometimes feel, and encourage you to take a little more aggressive moves in life. April 21st to April 30th. Your past life was quite warlike. Either you were really in a fierce battle, and you know all the secrets of strategic skills, or you found yourself in a situation where you just had to tear everything down to start over. This kind of complete transformation sometimes tempts you to ruin things even when they should be, and when they are not needed. That is why it is of the utmost importance for you to learn how to live calmly without constantly destroying something. Your ideal this time should be a story about a house and flowers, and a peaceful life and coexistence with others. It's a picture and a path you need to take, and when it comes to warfare, forget it. Instead, nurture tolerance and diplomacy. May 1st to May 10th. For you in this life, the most giant puzzle is establishing the right value system, whether material or immaterial. And most of all because in your past life you broke up everything that came to hand. You may have tried to avoid it, but then things got so complicated that you were left without everything for a moment, or you had to discard what you had. The environment in which you lived was turbulent. You need to understand your priorities and consistently follow them peacefully and stably possible by conventional methods. May 11th to May 20th. You have developed the art of destruction to end your past life. You were probably a general or military leader who destroyed certain areas, and he was more than consistent in that. Now your old glory is coming to you through this life, so you have to do your best to maintain the status quo, to take care of your goods and to preserve the values you possess. You will put a lot of effort into it, but over time you will realize more and more that it is not the point but the fact. Therefore, it is of the utmost importance for you to take a constructive stance and contribute to something being built, produced or nurtured. It is best to focus on concrete and tangible results. May 21st to May 31st. The ease of sublime thoughts, the depth of their reflections, as well as the ability to travel freely across all seas and borders have all been present in your past life. You were a kind of philosophical traveler, researcher, a freelancer who lived on his own, but also let others live as well. Now you are a bit confused because sometimes you feel like you have fallen from Mars to Earth, and every day you have to adapt to the network of people through which you are forced to move. Communication is a lesson you learn, and the ability to cope with everyday situations. So many things seem average to you, but in this life you need to get down to earth and wake up, turn more towards the people around you and connect with them. June 1st to June 10th. You have learned profound truths, and now you need to bring them into the circumstances of everyday life. Welcome home after many wanderings in a past life. You are like a little wild kid who needs to be tamed and civilized somehow. The urban environment is the biggest challenge for you because you have most likely spent your past life somewhere in nature. You can easily handle all things related to nature, but you need to cultivate as much as possible. Superficial conversations are a puzzle you are just learning, and the same goes for social rules of behavior or games. Still, when it comes to deep topics, you are a master. The more contacts and communications, the better for you because you develop everything you need in this life to go further. June 11th to June 20th. You have sailed the world at least 10 times in your past life, and you know every continent. You haven't revealed any secrets for you, so now you can give others answers to most of their questions. It is possible that you were also a sage who experienced enlightenment. Whatever version of the two you are, now, in this life, you just need to refer other people because you know more than them. All PEG activities would be great for you because you need to pass on your vast knowledge to others. You can also do research or discover something new to put your expertise in the service of others and open another door of perception to them. June 21st to July 1st. You come from an environment where you had to be more organized, careful, and intelligent. You were a person who held the strings firmly in his hands, controlled everything and everyone, and led the main word. Because of all that, that's why even now you sometimes catch yourself having to have everything in the palm of your hand, or under control. But it doesn't make you happy, it leads to rigid patterns. So your development in this life lies in abandoning the practice of governance at all costs. Letting go of the rut of life allows yourself to wander a bit, and discover the beauty of family and intimate life without being burdened by your own authority and ambition. Learn to enjoy and stop controlling. July 2nd to July 11th. You were probably a person in a high position who demanded exceptional responsibility from you. Your career has been successful and stable, but it has neglected your family and enjoyment of life in general. You will now get a chance to develop and make up for it all, but you still feel the burden of seriousness and responsibility on your back. You find it hard to relax, and you need a lot to open up and leave it to others. You need to learn to loosen up and build confidence in those little joys that life means. It is not always necessary to have a clearly defined plan, because too strong attachment takes away spontaneity from life. Be at home whenever you can. July 12th to July 21st. Behind you are enviable achievements from a past life, which may have influenced more people. You were a very respectable person whose life is an example of a successful career. Now you've kept the old habit of still having to do something significant, so dealing with seemingly ordinary things seems like a bitter waste of time. But on the contrary, just those daily, family things, the connection with your loved ones, that's precisely the path you need to go. You ended your career before and more than well, and now is the time to develop other spheres of life. First of all, these are those related to foster care, nest building, starting a family, and caring for her. Before you go, be sure to check out these popular videos on our channel, and if you like our content, please like and subscribe. Thank you.